Hello and welcome to your yoga practice for this evening. For today's slow flow into quite a restful yin-like state, I will invite you to have 2 blocks or something similar, whether that's heavy books or Tupperware. And there also is an invitation to have a bolster or something similar to that can simply be a cushion, a pillow, a folded blanket, or nice and heavily wrapped towel or blanket. Just to provide some extra comfort towards the end. I'm going to start today moving fairly soon, and we'll start standing at the top of our mats. So take your time. You might stand with feet hips distance apart. There might be a little bend in your knees. Close your eyes or soften your gaze and allow yourself to go inward. Allow your shoulder tips to soften down and away from your ears. As your crown reaches nice and tall, chin drawing back and up. Allow your soles of your feet to get a little heavier, to merge into the earth a little more. As you start to slow your breath and land your focus on your breath, feel how this draws you from any external points of attention inward, grounds you towards your own center. Breath moving in and out. From here we'll start to move, using this breath as we go. A slow breath in as your palms turn out, reach out and up, palms press together at the top. Slow breath out as you bend your knees and hinge from your hips to fold forward, head and neck hang heavy at the bottom here. You'll take a halfway lift, fingertips somewhere on your legs. Draw your gaze down, shoulders back, long spine. And exhale, fold. Inhale, sit your hips back, bend into your knees, chair, Utkatasana, arms sweep up, heart lifted. You should be able to see your big toes here. Take another breath in here. Breath out, stand tall. We move through this flow a few times. Inhale, reaching out and up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, a halfway lift. Exhale, fold, release, head and neck. Inhale, sit back, reach up. Exhale, stand tall, Tadasana. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair, sit back, lift the heart, lift the arms. Exhale, Tadasana. One more time with your own breath, really slow it down. Dive into the movement like a moving meditation. We'll meet in Tadasana Mountain. Take a moment to pause there. You might like to bring hand to heart and belly. Feel any initial shift. Feeling that support of the earth beneath your feet. Continuing to ground into yourself through the breath, anchoring your attention here within. Open your eyes, find a drishti, point of focus maybe on the wall ahead of you. Bring hands to heart center, Anjali Mudra. Press down into your left foot, bend into the knee slightly as you draw your right knee towards your chest. Take a breath in, lift the knee a little higher. Breathe out, figure 4, right ankle to the front of your left thigh, just above the knee, and start to hinge back through your hips like you're in chair. You'll start to feel this through the outer right hip. Steady gaze to the earth beneath you. Lift the heart forward. Breathe in. Breathe out. Reach up. Take a breath in. Lift the knee a little higher. Breathe out. Extend your front leg. Heel down to the earth. Toes to your face. Arrowhead your arms behind you like a standing half Hanuman. Inhale, right knee lifts. We go for that one more time. Exhale, heel grips down and draws back energetically, heart forward. Inhale, lift up through stalk. Exhale, Tadasana, land the right foot down to earth. Full breath here, notice the difference between the sides. Eyes open if closed, hands to heart. Ground down through the right foot, left knee to chest, stalk, breathe in. Settle on your breath out, that steady gaze keeping you balanced. Another breath in here, lift the knee. Exhale, bend into the bottom leg a little, hinge the hips, figure 4. Ankle just above the knee, toes flexing back towards left knee. Steady gaze. Long line from hips out the crown of your head. Next breath in, reach up, knee to your chest. Breath out, standing Hanuman. Heel digs down and back, toes to your face, arrowhead the arms. Feel the back of the leg light up. Inhale. Exhale again, land. Feel it. Inhale, knee to chest, reach up. Exhale, Tadasana. Accept the support of both feet equally on the earth. Go inward, feel difference between the two legs. Inhale, reach out and up through the arms. Exhale, a slow fold forward, bending through the knees. Inhale, a halfway lift, long spine, gaze down, shoulders back. Exhale, fold, and you'll take a big step back with your left leg, finding a runner's lunge. Option to use your blocks or your makeshift blocks here on the highest setting. Deep bend through that front knee. Back knee is actively lifted, thigh bone away from the earth. Heart reaches forward, gaze forward, inhale. As you exhale, extend that front leg, pyramid, toes back to your face, right hip back in space. Inhale, rebend that front knee, gaze forward, lift the heart, shoulders back. Exhale, pyramid, toes to your face. There might be a little bend through the back knee. Moving through this movement. Again, like this moving meditation, get hypnotized by it. Maybe eyes are closed. On your next breath in, come through your runner's lunge. As you breathe out, lower your back knee this time as you extend that front leg, half Hanuman, like we were doing standing. You might step that front heel forward so the back hip is over the back knee. Back toes can be tucked or untucked, whatever feels better for you. Walk your blocks maybe slightly forward to find this nice long spine. Right hip draws back, left hip forward, breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale, lengthen from hips to crown. Exhale, walk your blocks to the outside of your right leg, finding this little twist. You might gaze over right shoulder here. Keep drawing toes actively back to the face. Another breath in here. Breath out, come back through center. Rebend into that front knee. Remove your blocks. Plant your hands, tuck your back toes, lift the knee round the spine. Plant your hands, step back, child's pose, right shin by the left, forehead towards your mat. Inhale, shift forward, find a kind of tabletop here. Right leg goes back in space, breathe in. Breathe out, right knee to right elbow and step the right hand to the right foot to the outside of your right hand, lizard lunge. Option for blocks or something under your hands here. Maybe you're coming down to forearms. Just allow yourself to explore into this right hip. You might move a little side to side, circle around the hip. Slow breaths down into the belly, almost like you can send prana, that life force within the breath, down into the hip where you're feeling that sensation. And soften it with the exhale breath. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Look forward, breathe in. Breathe out, malasana. Left foot lands to the outside of left hand. Sink the hips down, elbows into the knees, hands to heart, yogi squat. Option to bring a block under your hips here. Pressing knees into elbows, elbows into knees to find that activation. Press the mat away through the feet a little more, lift up through the spine, breathe in. Breathe out, land the hands, hips go high, forward fold. Feet walk back to hips distance, take a halfway lift, breathe in. Breathe out and fold. Inhale, press into your feet as you rise all the way up to standing, reach up. Hands through heart, either landing on your body or down by your sides, Tadasana. A few breaths here. Notice what's shifting. Inhale, arms sweep out and up, reach up. Exhale, bend the knees, hinge from your hips, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, a big step back with your right leg, runner's lunge. Frame off that front foot with your blocks. Once more. Deep bend into that front knee. Long through the back leg, pressing away through that heel. Inhale, lift the heart forward, shoulders back. Exhale, pyramid, extend the front leg, toes to the face. Back knee might bend a little here to make space. Inhale, rebend, reach heart forward. Exhale, send left hip back, extend the leg, toes to face. Continuing like this with your breath. Make it feel good. Feel every part of the movement. Next time you breathe in, rebend that front knee. As you breathe out, lower back knee, extend front leg like you've been doing. Maybe you untuck the back toes, maybe you walk that front heel forward. Find your half Hanuman, take your time to set it up. Block still here to help you lengthen the spine as you breathe in, heart reaches forward. As you breathe out, blocks walk to the outside of your left leg, that little twist. Toes continue coming back to the face. Right hip inches forward as left hip tacks back in space. Maybe gaze over left shoulder, breathe in. Breathe out, come back through center. Rebend that front knee, remove your blocks. Plant your hands, breathe in. Breathe out, child's pose. Step back, sit hips back in space, forehead to the mat. Inhale, shift forward, find a tabletop. Stay here for the breath out. Inhale, your left heel steps back in space, heel in line with the hip. Exhale, left knee to left elbow, and then lightly step your left foot to the outside of the hand, lizard lunge. And we're here simply to explore. You might be in stillness or you might move a little. Sending the breath down towards that hip, down into the pelvic bowl. Right, plant the hands, tuck your back toes, lift the knee, look forward, breathe in. Breathe out, Malasana. Step right foot to the outside of hand, sink the hips. Maybe there's a block under the hips. Hands to heart, lift heart to thumbs. Press the mat away with your feet. Grounding through big toe, pinky toe and heels. Maybe not heels, that's not always there in this shape, that's okay. Breath in. Plant the hands, lift the hips, breath out, heel toe your feet back to hips distance. Take a halfway lift, breathe in. And breathe out as you fold forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands sweep through heart, Tadasana. Either hands to body or down by your sides. Soften into the earth through your feet. Recenter back into your breath. I'll invite you now simply to find a downward facing dog. Your hands land to the earth and you step back through your legs, hips lifted high, a little bend into your knees. Find the shape. We haven't been here today. And inhale your right heel up and back in space, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to your right elbow. Find your half pigeon. Landing the knee behind the wrist and then right ankle out somewhere behind that left wrist somewhere. Step the left leg back in space. There might be a prop underneath your right hip or even your left hip here, so that you're finding somewhere that squaring off through the pelvis slightly. Take a breath in, lifting the heart. Breathe out, lean forward, fold in any amount. You might stay up on your hands, you might like a prop under your chest, under your head. Slow down your breath, send it down low into the belly. Starting to slowly lift up. Move any props out from under you. Plant your hands under your shoulders, tuck your back toes. Gently come back, downward facing dog. Left heel sweeps up and back, inhale. Exhale, left knee to left elbow, find that half pigeon. Shin somewhere towards the front of your mat, send your right hip back. Maybe you're using props under the hips somewhere. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, fold forward. And I should have mentioned on the other side, if this doesn't work for your hips, your knees, your lower back, you're welcome to come onto your back and find a figure 4 shape instead. Wherever you are, slow full breaths. Seeing if you can soften a little through the face. Now that we've moved through any built up energy from the day, we can start to really soften. Start to lift up once more. Remove any props, and you're welcome to move through a down dog if you'd like to, or you can sit over onto that left hip and spin to face the back of your mat and find your extra prop that you have, that pillow, that softer prop. We'll use it soon. For now, just extend your legs in front of you and walk your hips back in space a little here. You might like to sit up on a prop if that helps you to have this really nice tall spine. It will just help to tilt your pelvis forward, like so. Toes point back towards your face, and you're welcome to have a subtle bend into your knees here. You'll lean forward just slightly. Inhale, your right arm peels up and back like you're freestyling here. And land the hand, and then left arm peels up and back. Really relax through the hand, coming a little deeper with each moment where you're swimming into this forward fold. And when you're ready, let go of the movement. Fold in, chin to chest. Breathing into space through the back line of the body. From the heels all the way to crown of head. Gently walking your hands back in towards you, coming upright. And take a little moment just to sit with a nice tall spine. Just feel the energetic rebound after that fold. Perhaps this downward pull of energy. It's called apanavayu. Downward and outward flow of prana. Created by folding forward through the body. Coming off any prop you might be seated on, and turn to face your right side. And come into a twisted deer. Your right shin will be forward and left shin slightly out to the side, and then find your prop, that pillow or folded blanket, emulating a bolster, and bring it right into that right hip. And then you'll turn to face this prop. Turn your torso so that it's somewhat parallel or perpendicular with the prop. Take a breath in upright here. And as you breathe out, melt down, belly and chest landing into this support. And you can do this just towards the earth as well. You can have your right ear land or maybe the left. You might cuddle underneath the prop. Let everything get heavy. Allow yourself simply to be held here. Grounding into your own little cocoon. With slow breaths keeping you centered, your mind anchored onto this moment. Any time it does wander away as it might, slowly draw it back home to the breath, home to sensation. Gently frame off your bolster, lift yourself upright, and turn to face the other side and just switch over. So your left shin will be forward, facing the other side of your mat, right shin somewhere out to the side. Again, frame off your bolster, find that little twist through the spine here as you draw belly forward, chest forward, and then melt into it. Again, left ear might be down for a gentler twist in the neck, or you might bring a right ear down for that full twist in towards the neck. Allow the shoulders to grow heavy, belly to release its grip. And just be here. One more breath on this side. And gently rising back up. And this time turn to face your prop. Turn it horizontally along your mat. Bring your knees over the top, feet to the edge of your mat. And roll onto your back from here. And for a final shape, we'll come into Viparita Karani. So plant your feet and lift your hips. And then slide this prop from under your knees, underneath your hips or your sacrum, so that they're elevated and you can lift the feet up towards the sky in a little dangling shape here. You might need to walk the shoulders back a little. Hands might land on your belly. Center yourself. Just watch the breath rising and falling. Effortless through the legs. Letting gravity do the work. Staying here for as long as you'd like. When you're ready, you can set up for your shavasana by letting your knees fall into your chest. And then your feet land to the other side of your bolster. Pick up your hips and slide it back underneath your knees. And take up space. Invite any other props, maybe a blanket or something to cover the eyes. Let this be the ultimate rest. Letting go of all need to do, create, be productive in any way. Just let yourself receive these few minutes of doing nothing at all. And be here for this stillness, this quiet moment of receiving. I'll guide you out when it's time. Take a slow breath back into the body. A soft breath out. Take a moment to really soak in this stillness and recognize the space you've created for yourself. Allow yourself to stay in this bubble of restfulness, of gentleness for the rest of your evening. Starting to come back into the physical body, gently stretching, opening back up. Either coming to a seat or resting on your back with a hand to your heart or your belly. And thanking yourself for showing up to slow down, to consciously shift from the day into the night, to recenter yourself back into your own energy, your own center. I'll see you next time. Namaste.